Play different.
Pippin.
Greetings, smart and attractive people of the internet. In this video, we're looking at Pippin titled CD-ROM Catalog Volume 1. It's also the only volume. This came bundled with every Japanese Pippin. It showcased many upcoming releases for the Pippin, although many of them never ended up coming out. I'll be doing a lot of cutting with this video because I want to highlight the more interesting products or the ones that have actual trailers. I've also uploaded a full playthrough with no commentary, so you can watch that if you want to see the whole thing. The most interesting thing on this first page is Frankie Online, which came bundled with certain models of the Pippin in Japan. It was a web portal which allowed users to navigate in an RPG style, according to the description, and access online features such as email, bulletin boards, news, and even shopping. I would love to take a look at this, but I'm not sure if it's possible because the service is long dead, and I'm not even sure if I can get my Pippin online, but I will try. Here we have Tarot Mystery, which also came out on the Super Famicom. It's basically a tarot reading simulator. Apparently the Super Famicom version had cards with violent images and nudity because of the deck it's based on, so I may have to be careful when recording this one. Here we have Fortulia, at least I think that's how it's pronounced, which is a similar product to Tarot Mystery, except this time it's based around astrology and horoscopes. Although it does also have digital tarot cards. It also looks much more colourful and less mysterious than Tarot Mystery. And here we have Puzzland, a puzzle game built around classical art, although this video makes it look like a peeping Tom simulator. It actually looks quite interesting to me, but sadly, it was never released. And here we have Kids Box, which is basically a collection of digital toys. It also features art by an award-winning Japanese artist. I'm not going to try to pronounce their name because I'll just butcher it. I actually quite enjoyed this software and I'm looking forward to making a video of it, mainly so I can show off an hilariously crude toy it features. And here we have Blue SANGO, a game where you navigate a mysterious island with use of Apple's QuickTime VR technology. This was another game that looked interesting to me, but again, sadly this one was cancelled, although it did come out on Windows and Mac. If you ever wanted to make your own 3D model of a Gundam robot, now's your chance with Gundam Virtual Modeler Lite. Heck yes, the Dazzleoids! This game was the brainchild of the main artist on Parappa the Rapper, and it's totally sweet. I'm not sure if I'll cover the Pippin version since it's all in Japanese, but I'll definitely cover the Macintosh version at one point, because it's totally awesome for a kids game. And this is Circus. Like Dazzleoids, this was published by the Voyager company, who put out very good multimedia products back in the 90s. This one is basically a collection of minigames aimed at kids. I'll point out right now that quite a lot of Pippin software was aimed at kids, but that doesn't mean it was bad. Again, I'm not sure if I'll cover the Pippin version of this game, but I'll definitely do the Macintosh version at some point at least. I actually played through L-Zone recently and quite enjoyed it. I may or may not have accidentally nuked the entire planet while playing it, but let's ignore that. I suspect they're not showing any footage of racing days because they don't want to show that it runs at about 5 frames per second. This game looks sweet and the story is bonkers. The player assumes the role of a secret agent in a dystopian future where a virus bomb has deprived all human bodies of organic matter except for the brain. A chip containing a program to rebuild human bodies has been stolen by terrorists. The player must recover the chip, navigating 300 QuickTime VR nodes and solving mysteries, which lead to 6 different endings. Tragically, this game was never released on Pippin, although it did come out on Mac and Windows. The Yellow Brick Road games are adventure games with RPG elements set in the world of the wonderful Wizard of Oz, hence the name. Tetsuman Gaiden is a kids game for the Pippin. I haven't played it yet, but looks like it has quite a bit of personality. Here is Ultraman the Digital Board Game. This game actually has some quite interesting ideas, but is held back by a very slow pace. But I'll talk more about that when I make a video of it. And here we have Victorian Park. This is an adventure game that uses Cyberflix's Dream Factory engine. Jump Raven, Dust, A Tale of the Wild West, and Titanic Adventure Out of Time all use this engine. I'm quite looking forward to playing this one. Hopefully the language barrier isn't too large. The FMV cutscenes in this Ultraman quiz game look incredible, but I'm worried I'm not going to get very far without knowing any Japanese. We shall see. And here we have Gundam Tactics, which, as the name implies, is a strategy game. It actually has some interesting ideas, but is also held back by some not so great ideas, but I'll talk more about that in a separate video. This is Gundam War for Earth, made by Presto Studios. They are most well known for the Journeyman Project games and some of the Myst games. This is a Dragon's Lair style FMV game, although nobody seems to be sure if it actually came out on the Pippin. It certainly came out on other systems, however. Sorry everyone, this dating sim came out on other systems, but not the Pippin. Who here likes Star Wars Rebel Assault? That's right, no one, which is probably why this port was cancelled. Tropic Island is actually a very fun and solid pinball game. I'm looking forward to recording a video of that one. Some trailers really don't tell you much, such as the one for this game, which is based on an anime called Scary High School Rumors. This is 1995 1/17. It's a multimedia documentary about a devastating earthquake that happened in Japan on that date. Here are a bunch of trailers for different Excitopedias. The music used in the Lotus one certainly makes Cars feel spiritual. Just so we're all clear, there's nothing spiritual about Cars. Fish. This software also wasn't released, which disappoints me, but only because I actually go diving in Australia. This is Shichi Sokusen, which I probably pronounced wrong, which is some kind of bizarre business edutainment software inspired by the art of war. Apparently it features case studies, business strategies, a war simulation, and Shakespeare. In all honesty, I'm actually pretty excited to check this one out. And here we have another piece of edutainment, this time based around the life of Minikata Kumaguso, and again, apologies if I'm pronouncing that wrong. He was a Japanese author, biologist, naturalist, and ethnologist. However, this product was never released. Hey there, wanna feel creepy? Well, then this database of high school girl uniforms is just for you. So this here is a CD-ROM built around a Japanese pop singer, so it's probably not going to be very interesting to me. What the hell is that giant bug man? This just climbed up my list of things to check out. There are 4 Music Island games for the Pippin. All 4 are built around different works of classical music. This one is based around Peter and the Wolf, for example. The other ones are based around The Nutcracker, The Four Seasons, and Carnival of Animals. I really hope they're interesting because I'm going to be looking at all 4 of them. And here we have Tune and Glue, the first product from the creators of Parappa the Rapper. Basically, it's a piece of creatainment software. In it, you mix and mash various audio clips and make little songs. It's actually quite fun to play around with, partly because of how much personality it has. Some of you may be wondering if it's a coincidence that both this and Dazzleoids appeared on the same console, and then the creators later teamed up to make Parappa the Rapper. Well, I asked the creator of Dazzleoids and he says yes, it was a coincidence, as the designer of Parappa the Rapper was already familiar with Dazzleoids from its earlier Macintosh release. And here we have Funky Funny Aliens, a music-themed adventure game aimed at kids, although I will admit that I had fun poking around it myself. And here is another edutainment title, and this one doesn't look creepy at all. This looks like a pretty bog standard edutainment game, although I do like that it teaches road safety. That's an important skill. And here's another edutainment game, this time about making objects out of shapes. I should play this because I'm definitely out of shape. Ha 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 ha. And here is SD Ultraman's challenge, Maze Island. I haven't played this one yet, and frankly it looks like a bit of a boring Pac-Man clone. Everybody stop what you're doing and look at this. It's an FMV train simulator. I am so pumped to play this. And here we have With Open Eyes as opposed to Eyes Wide Shut. This is another Voyager product. Basically, it's a virtual tour of the Art Institute of Chicago. Now we're looking at Don Quixote. This was yet another edutainment title. It came out on Windows and Macintosh, but the Pippin version never saw the light of day. And here is Das Rheingold, a follow-up to the previous game. It's set in the world of Richard Wagner's musical drama of the same name. Again, it came out on Windows and Macintosh, but not the Pippin. And that is it. Again, the full video without my commentary is on my YouTube channel. The CD also works on an ordinary Macintosh if you want to try it out without a Pippin. There are also quite a few Pippin games released that weren't featured in this catalogue. I'll be looking at those and ones that were featured in this catalogue in the future, so stay tuned to this channel.